As you can see, everyone out here is having a ton of fun tonight. People are sliding, falling all over the place. However, even though they're wearing these officially licensed helmets, the injuries that they face can be significant. As you can see, the park right now is virtually empty. That wasn't the case a couple days ago with the warmer weather. There were a lot of people out here all congregating in different areas.
When Wallace was a freshman, he was a community group leader on this floor right here in Commons 1. He lived in this room, 737. We had the opportunity to speak with some people who knew him very well that year. For most of us, driving takes on several different meanings. Opening the door, starting the engine, and heading down the road. But for one Liberty University student, driving took on a whole new meaning this past weekend as he participated in the Daytona 500. Even though they've only been working for several months, the parking garage is going up rather quickly. You can see they're working constantly every single day to get it finished so that students next year can have an extra parking.
That's right, Bruce. With the recent decision to put the whole nation on lockdown through April 30th, Ohio is continually looking for ways to protect its citizens. With that being said, it could bring major changes to one of Ohioans' favorite pastimes.
We will be extending our guidelines to April 30th to slow the spread.
With the outbreak of COVID-19, Ohioans have been doing their best to remain on lockdown. Ohio is one of the first states to issue the stay-at-home order that most other states have also enacted. The original order encouraged people to get out to the local parks for exercise. However, with the recent span of nice weather, Governor Mike DeWine is beginning to rethink that decision.
As the weather gets better, any day the weather is better, you are seeing people congregate. And you're seeing them sometimes congregate in metro parks. You're seeing them congregate in different places. So it is a concern, particularly as the weather gets better.
With this new order potentially right around the corner, it's leaving some Ohioans questioning why it's even necessary.
People are not keeping their distance in the parks. They're not going to follow any other rules anyway, so it's not going to change anything.
Even with the possibility of another order being issued, DeWine reminded Ohioans that the fight against this virus starts with the people.
It goes back to what we've been saying, that ultimately how well we do is going to be determined by each individual in Ohio and how well they stay away from others.
As you can see, the park right now is virtually empty. That wasn't the case a couple days ago with the warmer weather. There were a lot of people out here all congregating in different areas, and that's really where the concern lies, is with people congregating. Stay tuned right here as we'll keep you updated on all of the COVID-19 updates going forward. For WQLU News, I'm Jason Prill.
Broomball, a sport that's sweeping across campus. The sport itself is played like hockey, but without skates. The goal is to put the ball in the back of the net while using broom-shaped sticks. The league is played once a week in the LaHaye Ice Center, and students have fallen in love with the sport.
I go out there and I fall, and I hit the ball, and it goes in the net very rarely, but when it does, that feeling is enthusiastically amazing.
The season runs from January through March, with teams hoping to win a grand prize of a t-shirt. However, it's not the shirt that gets people playing.
I think a lot of people play, and then the next spring semester, they're like, oh, no, I really want to get involved. They see how much fun it is.
As you can see, everyone out here is having a ton of fun tonight. People are sliding, falling all over the place. However, even though they're wearing these officially licensed helmets, the injuries that they face can be significant.
Kevin Fortier serves as the athletic trainer for Intramural Broomball. He says he sees all sorts of injuries throughout the season.
We see quite a few concussions, we see fractures, dislocations, people with cuts, sprains. We really see it all here because we have so many athletes that chances are somebody's getting hurt.
Even the supervisors are concerned about the severity of the injuries.
This semester, I would say like cuts above the eyes, just like with high sticks, and then sometimes people catching elbows kind of to the side of the face and things like that.
But not even injuries will stop students from playing.
Because pain is temporary, but glorious forever.
For WQLU News, I'm Jason Prill.
On March 20th, Nathaniel Wallace was arrested for sexual assault of a Liberty University faculty member after a night of drinking. Wallace was a junior on pace to graduate next December. He is currently banned from campus.
When Wallace was a freshman, he was a community group leader on this floor right here in Commons 1. He lived in this room, 737. We had the opportunity to speak with some people who knew him very well that year, and they all shared the same sentiment. They never expected him to do such a thing.
Wallace was just your normal aeronautics major. He could always be seen hanging out on the floor wearing a light brown leather jacket, studying his flight paths for the next day.
Nathan was a really nice kid. A little odd maybe at times, but he was always kind. He seemed to maybe nose himself into my business that maybe wasn't his, maybe a little too much, but nothing really too bad.
As a community group leader, Wallace had the job of mentoring and discipling a group of guys on the hall. However, his reach expanded beyond the guys in his group.
Nathan Wallace is probably one of the most stand-up guys that I remember from my freshman year. Very just always like, hey, warm, asking you how you doing, what's going on. Just, seemed like a very godly Christian guy.
Now that Wallace has been arrested and charged, many of his former friends cannot believe the person he has become.
He obviously demonstrated that he was a guy that could lead people, and he obviously just now demonstrated that he was a guy that couldn't lead people, which is, that's always surprising.
With WQLU News, I'm Jason Pro.